Alright, hey everybody. This is Clauthia Ray. Welcome back to the Quiet Room. So glad you're here. So today is the Zepbound Playbook. I am hoping that ladies will share their story also down in the bottom here. So I made a list of questions and I'm going to answer them. Okay, so the first question was, do you feel like you are cheating? And I must admit, I thought about this because it's always like, if you have surgery, you're cheating. If you take pills, you're cheating. If you, um, just do various things, then are you cheating? And so, of course, I thought about that, and I thought about that deeply. It's actually like, I will say, for the first few years of saying this, I've been like, nah, I don't need that. I'm not worried about that. I don't think that would benefit me or help me. And I think it was when I saw Serena Williams, how different she looked, and it made me look at it because Serena Williams is a very healthy woman, and so just looking at her with some of that extra weight cut off of her, she always looked great anyway, but looking at her with the extra weight cut off made me really strongly consider it. So then I started researching it, and the more I researched it and understood what it did, I felt like not only was it not cheating, but it was something that I had been kind of deprived of. It just made sense of all the places I carried my weight, and so yeah. And I think you guys can see when I show you the footage of the body shots this week. I was so happy this week. The scale did not move much. I think I was at 204.8, so I didn't get to Wonderland. But I have a bra that used to cut into my back, and ladies, you know what I mean by cut. Like, it just, by the end of the day, you felt like it was a knife back there. And I wore it the other day, and I had a long day, and I forgot I had it on because it didn't feel like anything. So that was like a non-scale victory. And then I wore some pants the other day. We wanted to take camo pictures for Christmas, and I wore some pants that I hadn't worn in several years, and they fit. So that was a non-scale victory. And then just overall, I was looking at myself in the mirror, and my midsection is the biggest area. And I was like, wow, my midsection looks proportional to my stomach comparatively, because, we're talking up to a size 60-inch waist at one point. So it looked much more comparable. So I was very happy about that. So do I feel like it's cheating? No, I feel the opposite. I feel like it's a tool that we need and deserve for some women. I've worked out, I've been healthy. There was still something missing. So, no, I don't feel like it was cheating. The next one, are you terrified of the side effects? So that was actually one of my biggest concerns, because every medicine I've ever taken, I don't like taking medicine. I told you I didn't want to take the metformin and atorvastatin when the doctor prescribed it to me, because I just don't do good with medicine or pills. I never have traditionally in my whole life. With all of my children, I had natural births or vaginal births, and the ones that I had epidurals with, it would take me so long to get that medicine out of my system that I would just throw up for 3 or 4 days. So, and whenever I've had several surgeries, I've had 2 leg surgeries, hip replacement. I broke my leg in 6 places, and then I had a gallbladder removed, and cyst off my ovaries. So all of those, it took me forever to get rid of the anesthesia. So I was very nervous about the side effects, mainly nausea. Nothing. I wasn't worried about constipation. I know constipation is a big one for people, but I know how much liquid I drink, so I wasn't worried about constipation. I was worried about, don't judge me, but I was worried about the big skinny face look. I, I started feeling like the first thing you notice on people is how skinny their face looks, and it looks weird. And then, like, getting the old age look. Like, so right now I don't have on any makeup, but the other day, the short I took when I was outside, I felt like, you're looking old. So yeah, I was worried about some of the cosmetic looks or superficial things, like my face looking skinny and crimped for a while, and looking old. And then I'm always worried about hair falling out or thinning. Nobody wants that, so that's always a concern. So I was really worried about the side effects, and I was pleasantly surprised that I didn't have any side effects. And still to this day, the only thing I've ever had is when I ate the In-N-Out burger. It went in and out. It gave what it promised. But so this is week 5 for me. I am on 2.5 still. Remember, I had some feelings about that. The scale did not move as much as I wanted to, but like I said, I had some non-scale victories that felt great. So I won't concern myself with the scales movement because I really felt great this week and how I looked. And still that quietest. I had a breakdown this week. So, but still just processing through it all because every day, you're still processing through a lot of things. So, the next question was, can you handle the silence when the food noise stops? I think this one is the most important one because, guys, for me, it really stops. Like I said, that first week, I was actually, first week or two, struggling with making myself eat. And now it still feels the same. Like consciously, I'm not thinking about eating all day, but you want to make sure you're getting enough calories in because if you're using this tool for a lifetime, it's not about starving yourself for 6 weeks. It's about learning how to use it so that you mentally kind of get adjusted to that. The amount you need to eat, what you need to eat, how your body feels good, tired, lethargical, brain fog, right? You're paying attention to all those things so that you are training your body to be better after you are on it. So brain foxy. Yeah, so I do think that the food noise is very serious and you have to take it serious because you're trying to use this as a tool, not as a 10-week, 12-month miracle and then go right back up. And for me personally, like I said, I've lost weight with Weight Watchers. I've lost weight with just working out in the gym and running. I've lost weight again with Weight Watchers. And then I had the gastric sleeve and lost weight. So I guess that's 4 major times in my lifetime that I've dropped 30 to 60 pounds doing something consistently and then falling off afterwards. So, yeah, I'm going to say this one in slow motion. Yes, I think it's worth it. Yeah, so I do think it's worth it. You think of if you add up your fast food bill in a year, you'd probably be shocked at how much you spent in a fast food. So if we can spend this money to get this way, then I don't think it's anything wrong with helping us spend the money the opposite to get healthy, if that makes sense. I don't know how many people have bought gym memberships and never gone, right? 29 a month, 39 a month, whatever it is, 79 a month, 100 a month, and then you go twice a year or you sign up in January and you go or you intend on going, but then you don't. So in my lifetime, I know I've spent way more than I'm going to spend on this 12 months or however long I'm going to end up being on this. I have spent way more. Also, my gastric sleeve, I ended up out of pocket. It wasn't horrible. I thought I was going to have to pay $5,000 out of pocket, but we only ended up paying $1,700 out of pocket. So again, doing that also, and then all of the I haven't been a medicine person. Like I haven't bought a whole lot of things medicine wise, but yeah, you spend way more money doing things. It's almost like, when you run into Target or Walmart, you're going to come out with $200 less in your pocket and you probably don't even know what you spent it on, nor did you probably need that. So for me, yes, it's worth the investment for myself and my health. And like I said, I really am enjoying the quietness because I am myself learning how to sit still and be quiet. All right, and so then the last question was, do you have to take this forever? Again, I am in 5 weeks, guys, so I am not considering myself an expert, nor am I a medical professional. But me personally, I don't plan on taking it forever. And we'll see, right? If I do this for 6 months to a year and I continue to document and share with you guys and then I balloon back up, then, I will have to consider that strongly and look at that. But that's why for me it's so important to do the work with it, so that I can learn to calm myself after I have allowed my body to biochemically release all the glucagon sugars from my body and stored fat. And knowing that my trauma and my lifestyle has helped me to make sure I kept that security blanket on me, right? I had this big 50-inch, 60-inch waist because it was my security blanket. Okay, well, I'm letting the security blanket go. Just took me a little while longer. So yeah, I think that it is worth it, and I think that I won't use it forever, prayerfully. You never know what God has in store or what my body has in store, right? I doubt that people want to be on metformin forever, but you do what you have to do for health. So for me, since this is a health journey, I won't say never, but I will say my goal is to learn and remove myself from it. But I am not saying, oh, I'm 100% going to be off of it in 6 months, 12 months. I'm not saying that. I am saying I'm doing the best I can to slow down, be intentional in the moments, and listen and learn. And prayerfully, hopefully, physically, mentally, psychologically, that I am doing the best that I can for my own self and my own health, and that will last beyond a medicine in my system.
Alright, so here I'm just showing myself in a full body outfit. I do think that I'm starting to see a difference, so it feels good. Those non-scale victories, just looking at yourself and noticing the difference, starting to feel good. My bras are not digging into my skin, and I know, ladies, you know what I mean by that. So my bras are no longer digging into my skin. At the end of the day, I don't feel like just tearing it off, so that feels good. So all of my non-scale victories feel good. Alright, so now I am in shot ready mode, so just showing you guys side profiles and front profiles of myself. Again, I am noticing it. I have not put together the month compilation. I think I'm going to do 2 months just so I can see more. Maybe I'll do the month, but I haven't done it yet, so I will do that. But that's just me doing the profile. So they gave me new needles this week. They said these are the actual ones that they wanted us on, because the ones I had last week were bigger. So it took me a minute to figure out how to get it out the package. I'm showing you guys what the package is. And then it takes me a little bit. I forgot to wash my hands, so I'm going to stop for a second, make sure I wash my hands, and clean off my stomach, just to make sure that even though the hole is tiny, I'm not adding any infection into my body, because that's the last thing we need or want. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a cotton ball and grab some alcohol and clean the area. I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's and a Merry Christmas, and that you spent time with your family and that you enjoyed them. Their presence more than presents. Alright, so now that I have cleaned off my belly, you're going to see me fumble with this package because it's weird. It was slippery. It could have been because my hands were just wet and dried, but it was slippery to get it open, so it took me a minute, and then ultimately I just decided to rip it out the package because I couldn't figure that part out, so then I just forced it out the package. Alright, so I'm going to show you the needle. Again, I'm not scared of needles, but I was trying to show you that this one is actually a little bit smaller than the larger packages. So the packages were larger, but these needles are smaller, and the package is smaller. So it comes in 2 parts. You have to actively put it together. So you have to take the needle and screw the needle on. So that's what you see me doing here. And then the liquid valve. The lady at Walmart did not tell me where to pull this needle down to. And the big one, she told me where to pull it down to. So this one kind of shocked me because it went further down. I know it's not more medicine, but it's just a skinnier tube. So the volume is smaller. So it went down further, but I didn't know what number to get to, and I didn't realize that until this moment. So Zepbound 2.5 still, it comes with about a quarter of an inch of liquid. So now you're about to watch me try to struggle to figure out where to pull it down to, and this is when I first consciously realized, wait, I don't know where I'm pulling this thing down to. So then it made me overthink, because that's what I do. I overthink a lot of things. So it's going to take me a second here. So I ended up doing it twice because it made me nervous, and the first time I think I didn't get all of it out. So then I pushed it all back in, and then I had bubbles everywhere. So then I had to figure out how to go under the liquid and pull it out. So it takes me quite a second here. Realistically, I think this is less than 10 or 15 seconds, but it does take me seconds. And in that time, my brain is going haywire because I'm like, wait, I don't know. So that's just some of those things that, like, mentally what I'm thinking about, or the anxiousness of what I'm thinking about, because I'm like, wait, I don't know. I only can trust what I do know, and what I do know is the liquid is not that much more. It's the same amount of liquid in the thing. So even though the needle looks different, then I just had to, like, process that calmly and do what I needed to do to make sure that I'm getting the liquid and not the bubbles. So took about 30 seconds or a minute. Then I made sure, you're supposed to tap it on the side and then push the liquid out. You guys see the liquid coming out there, just to make sure there's no bubbles in. All right, so once again, this does not hurt at all, but mentally you'll still see me freeze because in my mind I still process it, so it takes me a second. And then it took a lot longer to inject it in just because the vial is so skinny. So then the liquid took a second. So you're going to see that it takes quite a few seconds. Again, nothing, no pain, nothing. So then I put the top back on it, I unscrew it, and then put it into the sharps container that I have created. And then you're about to see me do some body shots. Again, I am going to put together that compilation of so this is week 5, so this is my first vial in the second box. So I will put together a compilation to show you. I do think I see victories. I know it's only been 5 weeks, but I feel that it looks different. So I do see that. So thank you.
So, hey guys, I had one more for you, a bonus question. It was not on the list, but I'm going to add it. Zepbound and intimacy. What does it do for your sex life? So, next week, that's going to be my topic. I'm just going to say that so far, 5 weeks in, I have nothing but good things to say. And I do have a counter experience that I'll share with you guys next week. So, I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Again, Happy New Year's. Thanks so much for watching. This is Clauthia Ray, and it's The Quiet Room. Bye. All right, that wraps up this week, guys. It is New Year's, so I should have said that first, but Happy New Year's. I am filming this on New Year's because this is my shot day. My shot day is Thursday, so it is New Year's. I pray and hope that you had an amazing time with your family, your loved ones, that you are thinking of what all you have in store for yourself next year, that you are being graceful, humble, and patient and kind to yourself as you move into this next year. That you're not taking anything too seriously that is stifling your growth, right? That you are being patient with yourself, quiet with yourself. That's why I call this the quiet room. So I'm going to show you, I haven't decided if I'm going to do 2 videos. I kind of like the 2 video format, but I will do another video with the images from this week, and I will see you guys next year. So welcome to 2026. Thank you for coming to the Quiet Room. I am Clauthia Ray. As always, I hope to see you next week.